Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our podcast. I'm Andrey Verbitsky. I am with the Nikori Lifestyle, a Canadian company that is building a beautiful residential resort-style community here in Tamarindo, Costa Rica. I am Canadian and was originally born and raised in the part of Soviet Union that today known as Ukraine. Back in the day when I moved to Canada, no, not too many people knew about Ukraine. Everybody was referring to us as people from USSR. So I was born in USSR. What I want to focus today on is my conversation with my friend and CEO of Nikori Lifestyle, a visionary person behind the idea of Nikori and the project and the lifestyle and what the project has offered for many Canadians. During the last 3 years that I've been here in Costa Rica, almost every day I am meeting new Canadians that embark on journey for whatever reasons to come here to Costa Rica. Some moved permanently, some moved part-time, some just vacationing, buying properties, renting properties, sending kids to school, and basically expanding on their lifestyle outside of Canada. So, Tim, I'd like you to introduce yourself. You always do a better job than I do, okay, introducing even myself, never mind other people. So please tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll move to talking about journey into Costa Rica and life in Costa Rica.
Thanks, Andrey. My name is Tim Mischuk. I'm Ukrainian like you are. My parents came from the Ukraine. One of them before the Soviet Union started, and the other one while the Soviet Union was taking over. So I think we come from the same background and history and carry a lot of the traits of that beautiful country. But I was born in Canada. I lived in Etobicoke, Toronto area most of my life, and about 3 years ago, I decided to come to Costa Rica, and the reason I came to Costa Rica was really the opportunity that was here. I worked probably at about between 10 and 12 resorts doing marketing and sales in the Caribbean. And in every one of them, I didn't feel the connection to be there because of a number of reasons, and some of them had to do with the government, some of them had to do with the projects and so on. And about 8 years ago now, I started working and doing marketing in a project in Playa Tambor. And that project taught me a lot about Costa Rica. I learned...
So it's not 3 years ago. You've been involved in Costa Rica for much longer than that.
8 years, yeah.
Okay.
But full-time, really full-time 3 years ago. And that project in Playa Tambor was an incredible opportunity to learn about the richness, I would say the richness of the foliage, the agriculture that they had there, the fruit growing, just the beautiful greenery that was there, and the organic nature of Costa Rica, which it's known for. I also got to know the people, and it's a very chill area. It's relaxed living there. And during that time, I had a chance to go back from Playa Tambor to Tamarindo to work on a project here, and that's how I got to Tamarindo.
Excellent. So tell me, how's Nikori Riverland Tamarindo stands out from different projects here in Costa Rica?
Yeah,
or in Tamarindo and Guanacaste area?
Yeah, good question. I mean, what I did is working on those other projects throughout Mexico, one in Antigua, Belize, and other places. I started understanding the model that worked the best in those countries. And the model was a hotel condo model where it included building a resort, people owning a portion of that resort, owning title to the property, and then owning a portion of the rental income that was coming from that property because of running it like a hotel.
So in your previous projects and even with this project, you still could have lived in Canada and traveled back and forth for business to Costa Rica. If you can share with us what made you to make a decision to move to Costa Rica permanently?
Yeah, interesting question. A number of things. I think if I could be very honest, the COVID situation that started in 2020 really changed a lot of my thinking and my steps that I had. Thank you for that, by the way. Thank you. That's the natural break there.
Absolutely. Muchas gracias. Okay, so going back to the project,
Yeah, so
how it stands out with the
yeah.
other projects.
So COVID really changed everything for me, and the reason I came here full time was I saw an opportunity here. Was my number one reason. COVID created the opportunity. I saw the housing market really take off in the GTA in the Toronto area, and number two, I also
At that time.
at that time
At that time.
and I also saw the housing market not only take off, but triple what it was doing in Toronto. So even though it was increasing in Toronto, it went up 3 times. In fact, the market in this area, in Tamarindo, went up 30%. So that was a huge increase.
That was just 2 years ago.
That was
Okay,
2022,
correct.
starting in 2020,
It's
but
it's probably much higher right now than that.
it is. But you know, I'm an opportunist. I looked at opportunities, and it was a chance because my kids are all grown up now, and I could come down here. It wasn't a big problem because my kids are older, and so I did. I came down here and took advantage of that opportunity after learning and working with some good people in Playa Tambor.
Now, with regards to the buyers, and I know working with you and meeting all the buyers that are coming for the project, majority of our buyers right now Canadians. So we're kind of focusing right now on the Canadians, and I know probably in the next episodes we're going to be talking about the U.S. buyers as well. Okay, but how would you describe what kind of people buying into the project, or I probably should even say into the vision that you created, because it is your vision that you created. It's not just a development, it's the entire vision and what comes after development. So what kind of people, how would you describe people that are buying into the project and your vision?
Yeah, I think we started by looking at the younger millennials, not the baby boomers, but millennials. They're up and coming. They're investing in crypto. There's some initial returns that are coming from that. Some of them are investing in the stock market, and they've got good returns from the stock market. And the value of their homes have gone up. And they're looking for simple luxury. They've traveled to Florida. They've traveled to Mexico. Florida is the concrete jungle. Mexico is sun and burn and drink at an all-inclusive. And there's a place for that. But a lot of the younger millennials are looking to experience a la carte living, which is like this on the beach. You're not in a gated community so much. You've got restaurants that you can walk the streets, you can meet the locals, and they're looking for that. They're looking for the authentic life. That also means organic food, farm to table. They're looking for wellness.
Yep.
They're looking for exercise in many different modalities. And they're finding it here. They're right on the water, like we're sitting here situated looking at the boats, and you instantly feel connected. And I think that's the target we're going after. And in fact, that's the number one buyer, is that millennial market.
Excellent. Thank you for your answer. What do you see Nikori community? And I probably should not just tie that up to one specific project that we're working on right now, because I know there's plans to expand beyond the Riverland, which is the first project of Nikori lifestyle. What do you see that community, Nikori community, becoming in the 5 years, next 5 years?
That's a great question. So expanding on what we have, the most important thing, Andrey, is for me, and I think for the millennials, because that's who we're targeting, they're looking for an experience. They're looking for a lifestyle change. And they're finding it in Costa Rica. So what we don't want to do is build another beautiful hotel room. We want to create beautiful experiences. And experiences takes us out of just the hotel environment, which is beautiful, simple luxury though, and offering them the ability to go on a boat, to be able to go on a yacht, have a captain on it, and experiencing in 5 years a number of catamarans or yachts that they can take their friends and family with, fully managed within the Nikori Club, which is a connection of all our different resorts that we're building. We are looking at connecting and experiencing different resorts together in the Guanacaste region, which would include Flamingo area, where we would probably park a catamaran or a couple catamarans with a captain. So you can rent it as part of your Nikori Club membership for half a day with your family, invite them to see that or your friends and enjoy all of that. But also a beautiful dinner at a table with 12 people, eating Costa Rican food in the mountains, enjoying the luxury of that, of the animal life and the plant life and the tropical nature of Costa Rica, and building a community. So people are longing to be part of something today. A lot of them have families that are not together, situations that have caused them to be single. So they're longing for community, they're longing for connection. And we want to be able to bring that ethos overall throughout the different resorts that we're building on Guanacaste.
Excellent. And this is what got me to buy into your vision. Okay. Buy into, maybe it's not a proper expression, I would say, to become a believer in the vision and to become part of it and help you realize that vision. And from my perspective, I don't think there is a better place geographically and as a country from the political and safety views than Costa Rica. Costa Rica, being a small country, has 12 different climate zones. And this is the experience that we are talking about, that if you are part of the Nikori community, Nikori lifestyle, okay, with the different projects across the country, you're going to be able to share that experience by staying in Tamarindo, enjoying this beautiful, vibrant beach lifestyle.
I agree
okay,
totally.
and then probably go into the La Fortuna's and spend some quiet time, okay, at the foot of beautiful volcano in the complete tranquility. Okay, so that gives that diversification, okay, of the lifestyle.
I will add to that. There's a lot of stress out there, Andrey, and people are looking for a vacation that relieves the stress, allows them to relax truly, whether that's yoga, or whether it's just walking on the beach in a beautiful day like today is, whether it's walking in nature, suspended bridges in La Fortuna and some of those areas by the volcanoes. There's so much to see here. There's so much to do that you quickly forget about where you came from.
That's true.
And you re-examine your own life and say, what am I doing? So, I mean, honestly, part of it is that rat race that I came from. I don't want it anymore. I didn't want it. I said, I've had my kids. I've got 8 grandkids, 3 kids, and I had a rat race in the GTA.
So basically you realize that there is a life outside of the projected box of lifestyle that we're so used to it and programmed by, okay, that this is what I got to do, get the mortgage, pay the mortgage, and so on and so on. I'm not saying we should not work, okay, to live, but there is a different lifestyle that a lot of people embracing.
I would agree.
I've learned that from those many Canadians and other international members of the community that came here to Costa Rica. I've learned that that's the specific reason, one of the specific reasons why they came here to Costa Rica, for that lifestyle.
It's true. And I will say that I worked and I lived programmatically in Toronto. And I'll describe what that feels like. Work at 9 o'clock, finish at 5, drive in traffic to work, drive in traffic on the way back, have supper,
Hold on.
just a minute, feed the kids, make sure they're happy. I get my own time at 10 o'clock at night, and that was my life for years, and that is gone here. I can go down here. I have a place just up here. I can walk down to this beach. I can get a drink. I can have a nice little lunch or dinner at any time. I can hit the beach and be here for an hour walking around, taking some sun, go back up. It's
Well,
not
sometimes not. I just want to add that I noticed that this, specifically this place, okay, often becomes your office. You come here for a day, you enjoy your coffee, and you've got your
I do.
company meetings and your sales meeting right out of the office on the beach. And I've seen that a lot of people doing that.
Well, you
It's
probably
kind of
see
incredible.
that too, and we can talk about it in a later episode. But I've just put together a life list of things that are important for me
Okay.
at my age, and one of them, one really important one, is connection, and socializing, and finding a connection and a family here in the Tamarindo area. And because I have the time now, that's happening. And you find a lot of expats that are here. Not that I don't want to be friends with the Costa Rican. We call them Ticos for a friendly name. I have those as well. But you
Well,
start
we have
meeting people.
partners. We have
And-
Costa Rican partners, and that's
Yeah,
how
we
we grow
do.
in our
We do,
business with the
absolutely.
Costa Rican partners.
But you start finding like-minded people, and I gotta tell you, it's so enjoyable having conversations with people that have made the same life choices I've made, and it's a beautiful lifestyle.
Without the fear to be labeled or canceled, right?
Without canceled, without lack
Just
of
being
freedom.
yourself.
Totally,
Excellent.
and enjoying that. And one other thing I'll say is, a lot of people ask what it's like politically here. I will say, even though the government leans towards more of a socialistic environment, it's really libertarian, and you pretty well can do what you want. But there is a rule of law, and if you disobey, that means jail. And there's no in between. And then when you go to jail, you got to get out of jail. Your friends got to help you get out. That's honestly the truth. So there is a rule of law here. And that might sound negative, but it's actually healthy boundaries.
Well, it's not negative. It's positive.
It is.
When actually the law, okay, is being followed. Okay, it's
It's
very
true.
positive. Okay, and
A-
that's what makes this country safe. Okay, I think we're going to talk about
I would
safety
agree.
on another episode and maybe with somebody else. But I think that's the kind of thing that attracts a lot of people here.
I would say that. And we don't need people to tell us, should we park there or not park there? There's no parking tickets here, for example. And people park everywhere, but somehow the crowds move around. Everybody feels vibey, like there's a good energy here. I just watch the surfers out there in the water now and just see the people enjoying themselves. It's just a different lifestyle.
I
So-
travel Costa Rica extensively. Like I travel across an entire country, okay, by car. And to what you said, I just want to add, things are moving, maybe at slower pace,
Yeah.
okay, but they are moving. And what I want to say, I have not seen any signs of road rage.
No, you're right.
Everybody's so polite to each other and patient. Okay, I can see your car coming in opposite traffic. We can stop and have a quick chat. Okay, and nobody's gonna honk.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like it's normal. Hey Tim, how are you? What are you doing today?
I
And
know.
everybody's waiting, and then we say goodbye and we go.
And to add to that, they do more than that. They'll flash their lights, say pass.
Yeah,
So,
Excellent.
there's a common ethic without needing a police person to kind of command traffic or get things around. The infrastructure is improving, but even where there's a lack of infrastructure, people are kind to one another. People get around, people get to where they need to, and the stress is a lot lower. And to me, that's a big reason for me being here.
Excellent. Tim, thank you so much for your time. This is going to be the end of our first segment, hopefully of many more to come. We'll try to bring to this podcast different people from different walks of life and share their experience. and as well as professionals that they can give some advice on guidance how to change your lifestyle. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Adios.